Hey up everyone, you alright? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to York. Now today we're visiting York, the Roman York, also the most haunted city in Europe, York. We're going to have a walk around this beautiful city. This is one of our favourite cities in the UK. As you can see, Clifford Tower behind me. We're going to have a walk around the city and have a look what it's got. And come with me because this is a lovely, lovely place. So if you want to come and have a look at York with me, come on, let's go. This here is Clifford's Tower. It was originally constructed by William the Conqueror in 1068, and it's the biggest surviving part of York Castle that's remaining. It was built as a fortress, and it's a formidable fortress. It was known back then here in York. It's a beautiful building, and I believe inside, it's not actually open at the minute, but inside they've done some walkways and you can actually go in and walk to the top, and apparently the views over the city are amazing. So this was named after Roger de Clifford, who was executed for treason against Edward II. This actually has been burnt down twice in its history before it, as it stands now. Yeah, it's had some devastation, this place has. If we just spin round into this little area, opposite Clifford's Tower, we've got the York Museum. And this is actually built on the original grounds of York Castle. Like I said, behind me is Clifford's Tower, which is what's remaining of York Castle. And they built this museum on the same grounds as where York Castle used to be built, or used to stand. But like everything here in York, it's an amazing building. So like I said, this was built on the former grounds of York Castle. And when York Castle was destroyed, they actually built two prisons. Yeah, the debtors' prison was a three-storey prison, and it actually housed Dick Turpin, the famous highwayman back in the day. So yeah, very famous place. If you come here at Christmas, this is where they have the ice rink. And in typical fashion of the UK, in such a historical park, we turn around and we have a car park. How bad is that? Right, let's walk into the city. So as we walk away from the Castle Museum, we've got Fairfax House here. Another magnificent building. As you can see, it was built by John Carter, Viscount Fairfax of Emly. That magnificent entrance. And that's what it looks like inside. So we have a little church here. Obviously we're not going in this one because there's a bigger church here in York, as you know. This is actually the Van Gogh Museum. Next to the church, we have got the York Viking Centre. Look at this guy here. Now that's an interactive museum. If you've got kids, I would highly recommend that place. It is really good. And there is a ride in it as well. So there, tip. Look at these. Got the umbrellas. This is the 3 Tons pub, which apparently is an historic coaching inn, established in 1782. As you can see here, it says over 300 years old, and it stood the test of time. First licensed in 1782. It was named after the 3-ton barrels which were housed at the rear of the pub. As we walk round this city, there is lots and lots of old buildings and old pubs. Hence why it's the most haunted city. Here we've got another church as we walk past it. And then as we walk round the corner, we've got the York Merchants Adventurers Hall. As you can see, another lovely building. This is the Great Hall of the Merchants Adventurers Hall, and it's where the medieval merchants first gathered to conduct business and to socialise. And it's actually the largest timber frame building in the UK still standing, used for its original purpose. What a beautiful building. So the Undercroft, which is actually underneath this hall, was where was the original hospital here in York, for where all the poor people of York used to get sent. Yeah, if you were poor and you were poorly, this is where you come. But I've got to say, not a bad place for an hospital, is it? It beats some of ours. Right, we'll have a walk up here now, and we'll have a walk at probably what is the most famous street here in York, the Shambles. So let's go and have a look at the Shambles. So just before we go up the Shambles, I want to show you the most haunted pub in York. Here is the Golden Fleece. As you can see, there's 5 ghosts in the Golden Fleece. Lady Alice Peckett, Jeff Munro, One-Eyed Jack, Grumpy Old Man and a small child. It's actually closed at minutes, so we'll try and nip in there in a bit. Right, onto the Shambles. So the Shambles was originally a meat market, a butcher's meat market, and it was strewn with the butchers back in the day. And if you look closely, I think there is still the hooks above some of the shops where they used to hang the meat. But yeah, this is a very nice street. Let's go and have a walk up it. See, it's got loads of little independent shops.
Could be something up there.
You can see the overhanging roofs. There's the hooks that I told you about, where they used to hang the meat. It's a lovely little street, this. Very busy though, because obviously it's very popular and very well known. Just look at the beautiful buildings. This was originally known as Great Flesh Shambles, and was later made shorter to the Shambles. The windowsills where they used to put all the meat. As you can see the hooks here, look. The original hooks that the meat used to hang on. And at the back of these shops, they used to have slaughterhouses. So they used to fetch the live animals here, slaughter them at the back, and then sell the meat at the front. If you walk around here, you can see the famous ghost shop. Hence why everybody's waiting. Yeah, people queue for hours for them ghosts. God knows why. They're not that special. So as we leave the Shambles, come to the top square, and something else York is famous for. Does anybody know what else York's famous for, apart from racing? Yes, chocolate. And here's York's chocolate shop. And a museum. It has actually a chocolate story. And I think if you go in there, you make some of your own chocolate and you can taste it and have it, I think. So, yeah, if you've got kiddies, get them in the York chocolate shop. Yeah, so York originally had round trees. This is where they were based. I don't actually know if they're here anymore. If you know, drop it in the comments, let me know. I think they shut down or moved. What about this for dinner? An hog roast. Look at that. Fish and chip shop in the centre of York. And if you ever do come here and you just walk in the streets, you know, wandering about, just keep your eye out for little alleys, because there's loads of them. And they take you to different streets, and they're really, really good. They're really old. In fact, there's one here, look now. Lunds Court, formerly Mad Alice Lane. Would you go down there? So as you can see, just popping up over the roofs there, we have the Minster here in York, and that is a magnificent church. So let's go and have a look at it. There you have it, York Minster. What do you think? All that scaffolding, beautiful. And there's scaffolding everywhere. Just look at this. It's like they're doing a lot of work on it. Right, let's walk right other side and let's have a real look at it, because that's a shame. Yeah, so it looks like they're regenerating the Minster and trying to put it back to what it was originally. That's going to take some work, innit? Yeah, just round the back of the Minster, we've got these lovely little cobbled streets. These buildings, so old. They're so well looked after as well, aren't they? Oggleforth, that's where we are. So this is the treasurer's house and the gardens, and that in the olden times was where the treasurer to the Minster used to live, which I believe the post doesn't exist anymore, and it's now a National Trust site. So it says here, Elizabeth Montagu, founder member of the Blue Stocking movement, writer and patron of the arts, lived here. Not a bad place to live, is it? Beautiful. As you can see as you walk around the Minster, there's a lovely park, Dean's Park, at the back. How tranquil is this? Can't actually believe, can you, that this is banging the city centre of York. Really, really tranquil. And, I've got to say, lovely in the summer. It is summer. Come on, Simon, what are you on about? It is summer, but the sun's not out. Where's the sun? Right, under the trees. And you can see as you sit here in the park, you've got magnificent views of the Minster. So the Minster as it stands today was completed in 1471. It was built a long time before that, but it kept getting extended and extended. And it's the second largest Gothic cathedral in Northern Europe. And the church's official name is the Cathedral and Metropolitan Church of St. Peter in York. It's got bigger over the years, and it's actually got the biggest, I think it's the east window, has got the biggest stained glass window in the world. So that's a good fact for you to know if it's ever in a quiz. Right, let's see if we can find east window. Right, which way is east? Got a little memorial at the other side of the garden here. And as you walk through the park, you can see with Paddington Bear. Wonder if he's got any marmalade sandwiches. Yep, pal. So this is the west window of the Minster. This is your entrance if you want to go inside it. You can see all the carvings on the stonework. There's some skill gone into that. And then back to what was the main entrance. But obviously they're doing some work here now. And it's got its own shop if you want to go and buy something for it. So yeah, what a lovely, lovely church. Another lovely old church. There's lots of churches here. This channel should love it. And this antique centre of the building. Look at them Georgian houses. And here we have the outside of York Museum and its gardens, which open up into a great big park. You can see the original walls. So that was the entrance to St Leonard's Hospital, which was one of the largest hospitals in medieval York. Still standing today. What a strange tree. And here in the gardens of the museum, we have what's left of St Mary's Abbey. You can still see the foundations of what's left. There's not much. It's all been knocked down or fell down. And the original walls you can see there of York. Right, as we leave the park, we come to the River Ouse. A nice little restaurant here, Star Inn. Been in there in the summer, really nice. And there you can see Lendal Bridge, spanning over the River Ouse. Yeah, you can actually walk down the River Ouse. There's a lovely, lovely walk if you want to do it on a summer's day. You can go for miles. Right, let's go over Lendl Bridge. You do a 1 hour sightseeing cruise for £16. What do we think? Is that good value? Let me know in the comments. 16 quid for a cruise down the Ouse. So you see these little houses here? One of them recently sold for above £1 million. Wow. And this here is Lendl Tower. Lendl Bridge is chocker. Right, we're walking into the city centre now. This place always gets busy. And I think you can stay there as well. I think it's got some rooms. House of the Trembling Madness. Yeah, that's recently moved. That used to be on Stonegate, but it's just moved to them premises. But a nice bar, that. There's nice cocktails. And down here you have the Lendl Sellers Yard. So we've got the Ivy, which is a posh coffee shop. And then we've got the famous Betty's Tea Rooms, which they are usually queuing to get in. So let's go and have a look. Let's see how big the queue is. Oh, it's not too bad today. So they're usually queuing round the corner. So another famous street here in York is Stonegate. And this leads from the square right down to the Minster. It's full of independent shops now, but it used to be the main thoroughfare to the Minster, and it's where they used to send the stone when there was extending the Minster. And I believe it was named after the stone that was on the floor when they originally made it. But as you can see, there's some lovely buildings. Punchbowl pub here. Look at that, beautiful. It's like I said, there's a lot of little independent shops on here, little boutique shops. They've even got a bear, look. There's a lovely building, look at the little windows in there. They look all original actually. As you can see the sign, the Old Starry Inn, established 1644. And another pub that's not open yet. God, they open late here in York, don't they? But apparently that is the oldest pub in York. Some more nice buildings, look here. And the Evil Eye cocktail bar. All the gins. You see the cat there on the roof? Look at that coat of arms. And more lovely buildings with the overhangs. And now we're on High Petergate. And we're going to the home of the notorious Guy Fawkes. Yep, you'll all remember him from the Gunpowder Plot. As you can see, Guy Fawkes was born here in 1570. So yeah, that's the birthplace of Guy Fawkes. So just remember, on the 5th of November, every year, if you've watched this video, you've seen where Guy Fawkes was born, the notorious Gunpowder Plot. So as we walk through York now, if you're liking what you see, please do hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It does help the channel out massively. It's absolutely free, and you can see me on my future adventures. Right, we'll have a walk down Great Plain here in York. Nice cobbled street. I think these buildings aren't as old as they look, actually. Lucia restaurant, little courtyard. There's quite a few little courtyards on here. Is that for a cute little yard? A few pubs and a couple of little shops. So yeah, very nice. It's got more restaurants on here. This might be a little bit of an older building. A lecture hall and school. York Central Mission Hall. That looks original, doesn't it? How preserved is that writing? Nice Indian restaurant here, we like as Indians. Let's have a look at his menu. Not bad. Early bird set menu, $18.95. It's not bad for an Indian, is it? Oh, look at them. Oh, cookie crumbles. Jammy dodgy donuts. And Oreos. Oh. Oh. Right, another pub here in York. That's quite famous. Is the Roman Bath. Just in front of us here. And this is also a museum because underneath this pub is actually a Roman bath. As you can see there, 3rd and 4th century Roman military bathhouse. So yeah, you can go underneath the pub for a charge and you can go and see the old military bathhouses that are still there. Yeah, so that was the Roman bath pub. We're now in the main square, if you like, here in York, and if you come at Christmas time, this is where all the Christmas markets are set up. They've usually got a big tent for a bar as well. Yeah, this is where the hub of it all goes off at Christmas time. Any other day, it's just a square. Actually got some kind of pub set up at the minute. This is where the Christmas tent for the beer is usually set up. Looks like they've got something all year round now. It's Thor's. Live music every Sunday, 4 till 6 o'clock. That's quite cool, that. Right, we've made us back way around now to the bottom of the Shambles. And the Golden Fleece is now open. Let's go and have a pint.
Yeah.
So this is the Golden Fleece Yard, the most haunted pub in York, maybe in the UK. Anyway, cheers. Thank you. Thank you very much. So this is Lady Peckett's yard. So that was the Golden Fleece, the most haunted pub in York. What do we think? Did we see any ghosts? Well, I didn't. Let's see if the camera found any. We're all eating outside the cafes on the street here. Some more lovely buildings. Straker's Passage. Merchants Hall, another coat of arms there. It's nice. Look at that. Yes, that's the River Foss, which is the other river that runs through York. The Foss and the Ouse. Another grand building there. Beautiful. Yeah, it's a bit quieter part of York, this. Now the Red Lion pub over here. I know we've just been in a pub, don't worry, we're not going in. But this pub here is where Dick Turpin hid out before getting caught and imprisoned here in York. He actually hid in this pub, the Red Lion. This is claiming to be the oldest pub. The Red Lion was a hiding place for priests and criminals. There's a hidden room in the attic. There's also a legend that Dick Turpin hid here and escaped through that attic. Yeah, that's the Red Lion. So, do you know which is the oldest pub in York? Is it the Red Lion or is it Ye Old Starry Inn? If you know, let me know in the comments below, because they both claim to be the oldest. Now here we've got the Spark York, which is something new here in York, and it's like a food court, an outdoor food court, and it's made up of shipping containers. So we'll have a walk through here and I'll show you what it's got. Like I said, this is quite new. They got the street food, some Greek there. A Latina grill. Oh God, that's expensive. You see the old shipping containers here? It's all made up of these. It's quite funky actually. See all the different eateries. And I believe there's a pub upstairs. Actually got a pub here as well, and some Indian street food. And a little pizza one here. Yeah, so that's the Spark at York, street food place. It's not cheap, I'll put it that way, it's not cheap at all, but funky. Yeah, so that's the centre of York pretty much done. We're just going to have a walk down to the river now. We'll have a look at the Ouse and where all the boats go from. And here we are, here's the River Ouse. See the boat tours. These boats here you can actually hire and drive yourself. As you can see, it's £40 for 1 hour, £30 for half an hour. And here you've got your city cruise. It takes you up and down the river. Gives you a narrating tour as well. I've got to say, although them boats are quite expensive, they are really fun. And if you have got kids, I would highly recommend, for 30 quid, half an hour, just take them up and down the Ouse. It really is fun, it really is good. You see they're all named as well, so that's Heather. And on the you've got these lovely, in the South Esplanade, these lovely houses. I bet they cost a packet. So you can see this is where the stave, King's Stave, is where the boats go from. You've got apartments on the other side of the river. Yeah, I've got to say, this has got to be one of my favourite cities to visit in the UK. If you know anywhere prettier, let me know in the comments and I'll go and check it out, because I love this place. It really is nice. So here's where you get your river cruises from, and it's £15 for an adult. And they also do an evening cruise as well. Looks like we've got some fire engines doing some practicing over there. See the little cobbled streets here. The little eating areas all on the riverfront. And this one in front of us here now, Lil's Bar and Bistro. We've been here a couple of times and I have got to say, it's beautiful. So if you're ever in York and you want a bit of lunch, come to Lil's Bar and Bistro. And then we've got the King's Arms pub, the famous King's Arms. But when the Ouse floods, so does the King's Arms. And I've actually got a photo that I'll put in now that I took a few years ago of when the floods came. Look at these here. Cool. So as I walk back to the start of our trip round York, I'm going to end the video there as the seagulls talk to us. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's a place that me and Karen love, although she hasn't been here today. We do come regular and I hope you've liked our little trip round it. Thanks for coming along with me. If you haven't yet already, please do hit the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. It does help the channel out. It is absolutely free and I do appreciate it. So until the next time, goodbye.
We're gonna be two hearts running wild.